In order with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we please get a roll call?
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Here.
Mrs. Goebel?
Here.
Mr. Greenlee?
Here.
Dr. O'Shea?
Here.
Dr. Pravola is absent. Mr. Franco?
Here.
Mrs. Arnold?
Here. Okay, let the record show that we held an executive session immediately prior to this meeting for ongoing legal cases. Sorry, my English is my second language today, I think. Do we have any remarks from our superintendent?
Yes, please. Well, Happy New Year, Tiger families. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a fun and relaxing break from school. I know it's hard to believe, but it's already the third quarter of the school year. In fact, we are quickly approaching the 100th day of school. And if you know anything about primary school, young elementary, the 100th day of school is a big deal. So it'll be rocking at the primary center on the 100th day of school. Mr. Castellani's back there nodding his head. Like a lot of people in our area and across the East Coast, yesterday we struggled with a massive technology outage, and we lost our phone systems, internet access, copiers, cell service. If anybody was trying to connect to our schools yesterday and was not successful, please call us back. We were there. We had a pretty normal day, but please call us if you need anything. We're always happy to help. You know, late last week, we celebrated the senior members of our boys and girls swim teams, and I would like to thank our senior swimmers for their dedication to their sport, and more importantly, to our school and our community. You know, this is a quality group of student athletes. I should also mention our boys team is also ranked very high in the state rankings again this year. Wrestling senior night is tonight. In fact, it's happening like right now. I apologize for missing their recognition ceremony. I go to a lot, I'd like to be at them. But it takes a special person to participate in wrestling. You know, to be successful, they have to be dedicated, very hardworking, and disciplined. So congratulations to our senior swimmers and our senior wrestlers. You know, earlier today, Mrs. Egan and I were fortunate to be invited, really honored to be invited to a roundtable discussion about opioid addiction and treatment, hosted by Governor Josh Shapiro. It was at our own 911 center. Our own drug and alcohol coordinator, Cammie Anderson, was on the panel that facilitated the discussion. And let me tell you, she's incredibly knowledgeable, an outstanding resource for us and our students. And she's so passionate about her work and helping the students in Wyoming County that are dealing either with their own addiction issues or with family addiction issues. She's great for our school. We're so lucky to have Cammie with us every day. You know, I got to spend a few minutes speaking with Governor Shapiro, and he said the kindest things about our school district. If you recall, Mrs. Shapiro was here a few months ago, and we toured the high school, and the governor actually pulled me aside today to tell me how impressed his wife was. Unprompted, he pulled me aside and said how impressed his wife was with our school district, and that he and his wife are very impressed with the wide range of curricular offerings available to our students. He said his wife could not stop talking about, well, they have APs and they have welding and there's goats, and they were so excited. She was like, they just have everything. Today we even gave him a copy of our course catalog, which I'm hoping you will approve tonight, to review on his ride back to Harrisburg so he could see all the dynamic things that we're doing. You know, but it certainly was flattering, not just for me, but for our entire school district to hear the governor say such nice things about our school district. What was also great about the event today is I was thrilled to see Tunkhannock graduate Sam Raposa today. She works in the governor's office and was in town for today's event. Sam's career has been very successful. She was in DC and now she's with the governor's office, but she's hardworking and, you know, more importantly, she's just a good person. She's a kind person, and she seemed very happy to be back home, even if it was only for a short time. You know, over the course of the last month, our students have had a ton of success at Skills USA and FBLA. In fact, we have, and Mrs. Wood, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we have over 50 students or close to 50 students that have qualified for either the Skills USA or the FBLA state championships. I'm very excited to have our students compete at such a high level, and those two programs are flourishing. I'm also extremely proud to share that our FFA students are at the PA Farm Show to present their fully restored antique tractor. They will be showing it publicly and describing it and presenting it on Saturday morning. You've probably seen some things on social media. We want you to vote for our tractor. Mrs. Wood was really pushing the word out to vote today. When I started as superintendent 4 years ago, the FFA club was not active. It was shut down. And I'm thrilled to now see this club thrive. You know, they're always working on a multitude of projects, and it's such a fun club that our students really, really enjoy. And finally, I'd like to mention that it is School Board Recognition Month, and we have a very good school board. All 9 members care a great deal about the students in Tunkhannock. I could say that with great confidence, that each member makes decisions that they truly feel are in the best interests of students, families, our faculty and staff, and our taxpayers. You know, even in times of disagreement, our board members engage in robust but always respectful discussion, and we all work very well together. You know, I think most people know this, but being a school board member is not easy. But these 9 are very good at it, and we have an excellent board. And thank you very much for your service to the district and to the community, and thank you for the opportunity to say some words. Thank you, board.
Thank you. It was a little bit funny. I was on a Zoom call for new board directors in the state on Wednesday, and we were asked to give a little bit of information or advice or encouragement or whatever. And I had told them that, you know, the amount of time that they spend like on the stage or at the table at a meeting is actually the least amount of time that they'll spend in their school board service if they're doing it right. Because there's always going to be emails and agendas to read and making sure you understand all of the intricate parts of the things you're going to be voting on. And it's a commitment, and we're one of the few states that don't offer any compensation for that, and that's fine, but I appreciate that we have such a good board that make it easier than it would be if we were some of the other boards that just are inclined to a lot more drama, I guess you could say, delicately. So thank you to my fellow board members. Also, I dare you next time you're talking to Governor Shapiro to be like, "Go Niners," and just see what he says. All right, with that, we will be opening the floor to public comment on agenda items only. Each person gets 4 minutes, I think it is. I don't know, it's been a while since we've been here, to speak on items that are appearing on the agenda tonight. Do we have any comments on agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move along to enrollments are there for everybody's information. Do we need any discussion on enrollment? Okay, hearing none, we'll move along to the approval of minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the corrected minutes from the November meeting, the reorganization minutes, and the minutes from the December meeting?
So
Motion.
moved.
Sorry.
We have a
Second.
couple of motions, seconds down there. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Moving along to business and finance. Do we have a motion to approve the business and finance report? Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you. I'd like a motion to approve the personnel report as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farr,
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel,
Yes. Yes, sorry.
Mr. Greenlee? Yes. Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
And the second one is a motion to approve conference attendance as presented.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second. Motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
I just want to point out that Mrs. Egan's conference is a Title I conference, and the funding does come from Title I, and we are mandated to attend that conference.
I'm a little surprised that you chose to drive it, though, Mary Jean, with all your perks and bonuses that you have
Yeah, how come?
of your daughter. All right. Do we have a roll? We had a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Goebel,
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee? Yes. Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. I feel like I need to clarify when I say perks and bonuses that her daughter works for an airline, not that there's a school district perk or bonus that is giving her free
That's
airfare.
correct, yeah. Very lucky. Her daughter is a flight attendant, and Mrs. Egan gets to fly for free. As
I
does
just
her
didn't
whole
want
family.
that getting out on social,
Yes.
like, whatever. So, moving along, we have committee reports. I don't believe we had any committee meetings. Do we need to schedule any? And then also, the committee list is there. We don't need to vote on it. It's for information purposes. Nothing changed from last year because I hadn't heard from anybody that they wanted any changes. So they should all be the same. Any discussion on any of those items? Okay, hearing none, we'll move along to the unfinished business. An update on the grant program, incentive program for the current cyber charter students to return to TASD.
If you recall, a few months ago, we approved sending out a letter offering our cyber charter students a grant to return to our school if they have been out of our district for more than one calendar year. It ended up being sent to 57 families. That was sent right at the end of December. If you recall, I did not send it out until we saw what the state budget was going to do with cyber charter reform. So we're projected to save in the neighborhood of about $300,000 in cyber charter funding, which is great, and that's a mill. That's a mill's worth of taxes.
Yeah.
But it was certainly not what was proposed in the governor's budget and not what we were hopeful for. We were hopeful for a much larger. So the letter did go out, and if you recall, it was for a $2,000 grant paid in $500 quarterly installments should a child return. And if you recall, we had talked about a general education student prior to the reform with the budget, and those numbers are still being calculated, but that was an $18,000 tuition fee that we would get, and a student identified as having a disability, a special education student, was a $41,000 for us to be paying to a cyber charter school. So a small investment actually saves a great deal of money. We had talked about even a few months ago that even the creation and sending of this letter would help in creating a buzz around basically what's happening. I want to point out that there was a I don't even want to give it steam because there was one of the cyber coalitions had a nice post about our school district, and I'm saying that sarcastically yesterday, but it actually brought more attention to it. Like, I almost feel like they did us a favor.
Well, they only had like 200 followers, so it didn't do that much. But,
Well, it created a buzz because
Yeah.
I got some requests for information from other districts out west about how they would like the information. A reporter from Penn Live contacted me yesterday. I did an interview. Right now, full disclosure, we don't have any responses that people are interested in doing this. However, it's raising some eyebrows that it went out. And I think that's just as good. We offered a $2,000 stipend. What people might not realize is that, one of the cyber charters, I won't name them, and it might be all of them, but one in particular I know pays, well, they offer to pay for internet, so they give a $675 stipend for internet to the families every year. And they also give a stipend of $300 per child for any outside activities, so dance class, baseball lessons, signing up. So essentially, they're paying $1,000 a year to the parents for the children that are going to cyber charter. So if they were there 10, 12 years, I mean, they're paying those parents $12,000. It's funny because some of the feedback I got was that, we were wasting taxpayer dollars. That's the complete opposite. In fact, because we don't pay anything unless someone came back. We would actually be saving.
And if they came back, we're not paying $18,000, we're paying $2,000.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. But I wanted to point out to saying, they were quick to saying that we're paying. Well, so are they. They're paying $1,000 a year. It's worth going. But the letters are out. We'll see what happens. I've not gotten any feedback yet, positive or negative, from any of the families that we sent letters. So time will tell. But we will continue to do what we do every summer, where we will call every family and invite them in for a tour. And we will continue to do that. And as I get more information on this, if we get some responses, I will bring it up again at a future board meeting.
There were a couple things I just wanted to point out that did also go in the favor of student wellness that weren't just money related in the last budget. As far as there was a young girl. One of the things that can happen, I'm not saying it happens often, because I've said on this stage multiple times that I believe that there are cyber charters that are the right fit for some families for the circumstances that they are dealing with. So I have personally no desire to see cyber charters go away. What is the problem for me is some lack of oversight on some things, and that it doesn't cost them any more money to educate a student from Tunkhannock as it does from a student from Inner Philly or Allentown or anything like that, but yet they get a different price based on everywhere. And the district costs can fluctuate based on cost of living, based on all kinds of other factors that change geographically. So it's just the funding formula is not correct. And they are working on making improvements on that. I think 2 years ago we had $100,000 worth of relief on that. This year we might get $300,000. So it's moving in the right direction. But I did engage a little bit with somebody on social media about that, who was attacking Tunkhannock and going through all these things and cherry picking numbers to tell a story that wasn't accurate. And ironically, that organization is led by somebody who has been on the board for one of the largest cyber charters in the state for the last several years. But regardless, they were talking about how our fund balance has changed over time, and over a 5 or 6 year period, it had increased 48% after COVID. And what they don't tell you is that the cyber charters in the state, which I think it's 60,000 kids or something total, their fund balances increased 150% just between 2020 and 2023, I believe it was. Which is quite a bit for an organization that really doesn't have the capital, the overhead, the maintenance and oversight of facilities the way that a traditional brick and mortar school would. So it's just very, it's going to be a changing thing. The thing I was going to say about the fact that there was a girl who was tortured and died while under the education system of one of the cyber charters, or the larger ones. And out of that came a regulation that said that cyber charters have to be able to visually see a student once a week, their cyber charter students. And this particular large, I won't name it, but goes by 3 letters. They had, they didn't feel that applied to them because it said that they must have the ability to, but didn't say that they had to. So that was just too cumbersome for them to actually lay eyeballs on a kid. And this kid was starved to death and died, and now there's a lawsuit over it. So the legislature in Pennsylvania, they changed that one word or whatever and say that they must, or that they will see the students once a week. There's also some pieces, a lot of times students that would leave here were truant, and they were moving to perhaps get out of a truancy issue that they had here. They can't do that anymore. So there are other oversights that have been put in place. They also are supposed to be doing address verification now at least twice a year, whereas before they had to do it once when they first came there. And in our own district, right after I think Paul got here, it might have been your first year here, when you started the in-depth review of these things each summer, we found students that weren't even living in the state of Pennsylvania anymore that we were paying as taxpayers every year for them to have their tuition paid to one of the big cyber charters. And the response from the cyber charter at the time was not our bad, it was an outreach to all of their students and their families saying, do not cooperate with school districts that are trying to verify your addresses or your residency. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that they've played as great teammates in education up to this point, but I am confident that every year we move the dial. So we just need to keep advocating. There is room for all of us to be successful in supporting children and families in the state. It just has to be done in a way that is efficient and effective and really has the best interest of kids at heart. So that.
The biggest expense for cyber charters shouldn't be real estate acquisition, and that's what it is.
Right.
Can you remind us, Paul, how many of our students are in cyber charter?
134, 135?
Total cost we pay is what?
We've budgeted 3.2 million.
I will be reaching out there. I think I'd like to see a little bit of a tweak on the, like, as part of our information that's provided each month. As, you know, I'd like to see how much, you know, if it goes up to 2, is that because 2 left, or is that because 2 came back and 4 left? You know what I mean? Like that. I'd like to see the way those numbers move.
We can do that. We can do that. I mean, I was digging yesterday a little bit when I was talking to the reporter. I think it's like 49 of those students have never stepped foot in our school district. So it's about you know, close to 40%.
The argument, though, from the Cyber Charter Coalition people was in these messages yesterday was that our costs go down in the district when they leave because we can have less teachers and less buildings and things like that. So when I have 100 kids out of 2,000 over 13 grades leave, that when especially like half of them have never stepped foot in the school, so we've never staffed for them.
Right.
That doesn't actually change that at all. So, you know, like I said, it's a lot of cherry-picked numbers that get thrown out there to try and build a narrative that doesn't exist. But yeah, it's great. I think if we can get some more information and understand the culture of how we can break it down a little to see what some of those driving factors are, because I think there's some real misinformation in the community that every single person who's choosing not to be at Tunkhannock isn't at Tunkhannock because of Tunkhannock, that it's something, a flaw here, and that isn't the case. So I just want to be able to present that information. And we have 50-some students in our in-house cyber program. So that, you know, that's not an insignificant amount either. So that is serving students in the district as well.
And every single student that wants to go to our in-house cyber, like, they are completely vetted, and we have meetings and we talk to parents and we determine if it's appropriate. Like, that is not happening with cyber charters.
Right.
Like, if you enroll, they're taking you. Like, if we don't think it's in the best interest of one of our students to go to our in-house cyber, we won't do it. Like, it's, you know, we take that responsibility very seriously.
There's the nice thing with the in-house cyber is that students can hybrid that. You know, they can do some in-person classes and some at home, or asynchronous.
We
and
definitely
do
have
work
people
study.
do that. We definitely have some situations with co-op. I mean, there's some things, as with, certainly with the older kids, when there's other opportunities and work's involved, like, we try to meet, we try our best to accommodate them.
Great. Do we have any other discussion, comments, questions about our horrific letter that we sent out?
I did get feedback that I wasn't allowed to send it, which is not true.
No.
And, you know, the response was, oh, I could send it, you don't have to read it.
Did that come from a family or from a cyber charter?
A family.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's been some interesting messaging that went out regarding
And
that.
I'm not even sure that person that contacted us was one of the people that received the letter.
Yeah.
Motion detectors. I don't know if we're moving.
Everybody's asleep.
All right. Well, if we don't have.
Everybody's got to stand and dance
yeah.
for a second.
Okay. Just so that's my soapbox. If we have nothing else to say about that, we can move along to an update on the solar project.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to let everybody know kind of where we're at. We've had so many meetings recently with, and they've been ongoing for, years now, But we've been having some meetings with our energy consultant, McNeese Wallace, who really is very sharp, and they're experts at what they do. But they also have tax people, they have contract people, they have energy people. And one of the things that became very pronounced, and this has been one of my concerns, is that the law stipulates that we will qualify for that large payment from the direct payment from the IRS. I mean, this is going to be in the neighborhood of $4.5 million. However, McNeese could not find one example of someone that has actually gotten the direct payment. That's a problem. That's a problem. Now, these are people that do this all day. These are lawyers they do this work all day. Yes, we qualify legally. No, they cannot find one specific example of someone who has gotten the direct payment. I'm going to tell you, based on that information alone, I cannot look at this board and recommend that we purchase this. I can't do it because I'm not making a $4 or $5 million gamble that we're going to get it. We might legally be entitled to it. And if we don't get it, what's the recourse? I'm not sure there is one. And I'm not willing to take that gamble. So the information that is contained in the packet is on the power purchase agreement. The power service agreement. So the only way that I'm comfortable moving ahead with this, and now granted, the board makes the decision, right? I'm going to present you with what I feel is the best option, is the power service agreement. There still is significant savings, not as much as there would be if we purchased it, but there still is multi-millions of dollars worth of savings available. What we would not get is we would not get our state grant. The state grant that we qualified for, which is about it's just shy of 1.2 million. We wouldn't get it because you have to own it to get that. That being said, I can't take a $4.5 or $5 million, flyer. Like I could never recommend that. I'm just not confident. So there is some information that was shared. If we did the power service agreement, the tax credit, the tax rebate goes solely on SRE. So we're guaranteed to get it, right? So they're guaranteeing that the system will be discounted by that amount for us. So they're taking the risk. The cash flow, the savings, it's more if you purchase it, but it's not substantially more. It eliminates the need for district investment during construction. So basically, we're leasing it for the first 5 years. We're not putting out the money, right? So we have a healthy fund balance. We wouldn't have to do that. Anything that's been spent so far on the feasibility study would be credited into the project. So it would discount, the overall cost by that. And then the system can be purchased after the 5 years. Direct purchase still gives us the solar credit, but I'm not confident in the federal direct payment. So basically, what was projected by SRE Greenworks with the power service agreement, the cumulative net cash flow is 18.3, and they're saying the direct purchase is 17.1. McNeese numbers do not agree with that. McNeese thinks we save substantially more with buying it directly. I can see why SRE is producing this document because they want to close this deal and they know that I made it real clear that without guarantees, I said put it in the contract. Put it in the contract that if we don't get it, you pay us $5 million. And they're not interested in that part. But what this project would give us, and I know we've spoken about this before, is it would provide us protection against energy inflation. I mean, if that's ultimately what drives this is savings, and this is what it was all about from the very start when we started talking about this. This was not about, being on board with having it be a green energy project. This was all about substantial savings that could be realized. If our electric bill doesn't go up for the next 30 or 40 years, That's extremely beneficial. So I wanted to share this information, and again, I'm not asking for any action tonight. I just wanted to bring the board up to speed as to where we are and why I can no longer recommend a direct purchase of this. I'm not willing to take that gamble. I'd be happy to try to answer any questions. Thank you.
Does anybody have any discussion on this or thoughts that they want to put forward?
The project paid out with that service agreement, so, I don't have major concerns about doing that. I mean, obviously, we need that money. It's just unfortunate we can't get that at 1.2 million additional, obviously. But that's the only option. So the legal recommendation from McNeese and Wallace is, they can't guarantee it, obviously, so.
No.
Their only recourse would be to sue the government, essentially.
And but like that,
Yeah.
but even that credit is, in politics aside, that credit could be changed in 10 minutes with an executive order.
Yeah.
Like good or bad. It could be distributed or it could be shut down completely.
Why do you think McNeese or why do you think that Greenworks is willing to take that risk?
I think they get a credit. They don't get direct payment. So they're gonna, they get the tax credit. So they've done a ton of projects
Yeah.
across the state. In fact, they're the largest in the state of Pennsylvania for school districts. And there's a lot of school districts now that have done it. I think there's over 80 in the state or that are happening right now. But I think they have a lot of experience with doing it on their taxes,
Okay.
because they are a for-profit business. They're not a nonprofit. Like they're not banking on a check. They're just taking a tax credit.
Well, we certainly don't want to sue the federal government. You'll get a cell next to Machado or whatever his name is, and we'll never see you again. So,
I wasn't serious about that, you realize.
I know. The whole thing is just like, I'll be honest. It's kind of frustrating because we've always said this is just it's about the numbers, and it is about the numbers. So I wish the numbers would be even like really bad, or really much better than what they are. Because if this averaged out to $500,000 a year savings in an uncertain energy climate with all the data center stuff and things that are going on, it's not quite enough for me to be like, this is a no-brainer. But it's not so bad that it's we just need to walk away now. So, I don't know.
Right. So in year one, the outflow of cash for us would be $495,000, but we're paying in electricity $750,000 right now.
Yeah, so my take on this now would be, we continue with the feasibility study. We're already.
We're nearing the end of the feasibility
almost
study.
there.
We're with
Don't-
Penelec now.
Don't just drop that. Once that's done, we know what it takes. We can revisit it down the road, farther down or short distance.
Yep.
As things evolve, we have to evolve. We have
Right,
to-
like
we
we're
have to make that-
anticipating an $850,000 interconnection fee with Penelec. When we first started talking about this project, it was probably, I think it was in the neighborhood of about 400 or 500.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, but that was just an estimate. Now we're starting to get some numbers from Penelec, and what they're saying has to happen on their system to accept this power is significantly higher than what was anticipated. It's a massive project and a massive decision.
So you said McNeese has set different numbers than what?
McNeese has done, I could get updated numbers from McNeese.
Yeah.
They run our numbers all the time. The last time they ran it, I want to say it was in the 20s that they thought we would, save through a direct purchase.
Okay.
The net cash flow on these are compelling, Ohio.
What'd you say, John?
The savings on this is a compelling thing. And so, plus we don't know the direction of electricity cost. So I'm looking at it purely from a savings perspective. When McNeese looked at these numbers, they thought they were conservative too in terms
They did.
of what was out there.
That's correct.
And they have pretty good perspective on that. So, the SREC income, even if you took SREC income to zero, just offsetting our energy costs you know, like, you're not losing money on this project.
No, it's just not as nice of a savings that I would
Yeah.
feel comfortable taking, because I mean, there's always gonna be risks that come along with it. And there's gonna be, you know, just additional maintenance and things to worry about and do and things like that, and it, for 1% of our budget, right? Am I mathing that properly?
2%.
2%.
Right.
Did we have a maintenance agreement built into that?
There's maintenance fees built into that, yes. If you look, and I know that's difficult to see,
Okay.
but it is in, I think, column J, where maintenance is listed.
Our current energy contract, when's that up?
I don't
Our-
know, your mic on.
Our current energy contract?
Yeah, the current
Now,
one.
it's like
I
now.
don't think you could hear that you were talking.
Like McNeese is working with that, with us on that also.
The maintenance is definitely what scares me now.
There's no question. I mean, we don't have the ability to do any of this work like ourselves in-house. Like, there would
Yeah,
always have to be a maintenance contract.
I would challenge, I would question, like, what does a 40-year lifespan look on the unit itself, the units themselves, you know what I mean? You hear horror stories about, you get one hailstorm, is it now, are we done, or how's that work?
Well, I
You know,
think
is
I
there
saw it's only
insurance
a
involved with it
30-year warranty on what we're assuming would work for 40.
Right,
Yeah,
correct.
You can't use a 40-year payback on it, so I mean, we can work with
No.
the numbers and try to get that, but, I mean, these require, I mean, these are US-built solar panels, right? Wasn't that one of the requirements?
Yes, because there was options. When we first started discussing, that was not an option.
Yeah.
And then it became an option, and the credit actually went up
Right.
if you used US panels.
That's what I thought, I remember
Yeah.
that conversation. I mean, you know, these solar panels will last 30 years. I don't think that's a real big risk. I mean, I don't know the answer to the hailstorm and what the answer to that is, but, you know, solar's not a new technology. I mean,
No, I was looking for where I'd seen it, and where we had the thing that said that it was, the solar panels come with a 30-year power production warranty.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
if they're like a Toyota, we should definitely get the 40 years, but
I don't know anymore.
the uncertainty of the utility, the electric utility, you know, is, that's a big factor.
I would be curious to know too, how the Penelec's and the Claverex and the co-ops are responding to us becoming a generator with far less costs than they have in being a generator. I would have to imagine they're fighting this in some shape, and I don't think we need any more proof than that, other than every time we call Penelec, it jumps up $400,000. Quite frankly, am I wrong there? or-
We are waiting, so right now, the cost that Penelec is quoting us is like, and there's one location left they have to quote us on, and it's a smaller one, so they're up to like $700,000 in interconnection fees, so it's estimated that in total it'll be $850,000 to interconnect.
But Ethan, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Penelec or Claverlac are generators. They just.
There's transmission?
Yeah. I don't think there is, besides maybe PP&L in the state, that generate their own electricity anymore.
Right.
And I
and they're-
change my power provider every 3 months, just trying to like price shop, so.
You should consider yourself lucky I can't do that.
And they're required,
Good night.
they're required to have like at least 8% of their energy. In the state of Pennsylvania, it's 8% of the energy must come from a green source.
So we're saying we're not gonna do anything on this yet?
No, I mean, I'm just going to keep doing what we're doing, right? I mean, unless otherwise directed, I'm going to finish our study,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back for a decision from the board. I just wanted to let you know that I will not say we should purchase this. I'm just not comfortable with that.
Okay.
I would agree with you, though, these numbers are kind of attractive. Like I say,
Moving along under new business, I think, yes. Informational documents are there, the right to knows, the visa account, the substitute teacher fill rates. Any discussion on any of those items? Okay. Letter B, we have 3 contracts here. One is a fee proposal for facilities, Capital Improvement Planning Study by CHA, a contract with Scranton Electric Heating and Cooling for renovations to the high school welding lab. The project's being funded for $630,000. The project's being funded with grant funds from the PA Department of Community and Economic Development, as well as budget capital funds. The goal there is that that program becomes a state accredited, if that's the right term to use.
Yeah, state-approved pathway for graduation.
Okay.
That would also open up Perkins funding for that if we secure that.
Spending money to bring in more money. And an agreement between Apple Tree Educational Associates LLC and Tunkhannock for bilingual psychoeducational assessments of students. Does anybody have an objection to voting these three together?
No.
Seeing none, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I just want to point out the Apple Tree agreement, that's if we need it, right? So we do have some bilingual students, we do have some, or not bilingual, we do have some non-English speakers right now, and there has been a discussion that one may need to be assessed for special education services. So this is just proactive to make sure we're ready if that needs to be. So there's definitely not a, there might not be a cost associated with that one.
Cool. All right, if there's no other discussion, can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Item C, a motion to approve a settlement agreement with student number 21804400251.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
I think this was absolute nonsense, but yes. All right, item D, overnight field trip approval. We have 4 trips there: PMEA Regional Chorus, Skills USA to State Conference in Hershey, FBLA to the School Leadership Conference in Hershey, and PMEA All-State Chorus.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Good luck, everybody. Roll call.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Van and bus contracts. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve? Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Item F, the budget transfers. We have 3 there. Security budget, $4,000 to cover the cost of annual maintenance on the x-ray machine. Special education budget, $5,700 to cover the cost of an IEE evaluation. And the high school, a $3,000 transfer to fund a museum field trip.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel?
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherrick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. Item G, the high school course catalog. We're looking for a motion to approve the 26-27 high school course catalog. Somebody Mary Jean, you want to just give a quick update on what it was, or Paul?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to
All
pay
right.
for that later.
I'll tell you, and I should put Brittany on the spot, and I know she would hate that. Look at her, she's
Well, I
shaking
think
me
we
up.
did that to Matt, so she probably should.
They have been working so diligently on this. Brittany, I'm going to screw it up. What's the name of the math course?
Come on up to the microphone.
Math for the technical.
Math for Technical Applications. It's targeting specifically our red tile completers. It's basically math for the trades, and it's adding a skill. Now, we had to rename it. The NCAA did not like our name of Math for the Trades to make it an NCAA qualifying course,
Yeah.
so we had to rename it. But basically, it's math for the trades, and that's an outstanding math credit that we're going to be offering. I'm so excited. Our AP courses that we offered last year that we will continue to offer have been flourishing. I mean, there are so many good things happening in this course catalog. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud of our high school team. They've worked hours and hours assembling this and working on the master schedule over the last couple months. They're really doing a very nice job, but I'm so proud of this document, and I think it shows the huge strides we're making. There is literally something for everyone here at the high school. This math course is a game changer for some of our students.
Randy, with
we
the
have-
culinary edition, does that make that a program of study?
Once the state approves it, before we can put it in for a program of study.
So we added a culinary 3, a culinary 4. So that's like setting it up to be a program of study, which sets up to be a graduation pathway through culinary to certify our students. I mean, there are so many good things happening. That's what opens up Perkins funding. Did we do something with ECE too?
So ECE,
Early childhood education program that we have, that's,
yeah, they changed, updated a couple of their courses to accommodate the hours to align more precisely to what the program of study needs for the state, so that it was meeting everything it needed the right way. So, yeah, and then, for culinary, the plan will be, down the line to potentially, put that in for approval for a program of study. But that has to go through the process.
yeah, very good. I mean, please, I'm sure you've already reviewed it, but please look specifically at the early childhood education pieces, at the culinary pieces, at the, I still want to call it math for the trades. I know that's not what it is, but there are some, I'm very impressed with the work they've done and our offerings to our students.
The math class,
go ahead.
we approved earlier to be, well, a couple months ago, I think it was, and I had the information of what it was covering, and it was very impressive, the detail and the applications that they applied, that they used.
Great. Do we have a motion? Oh, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Great work to the team that was doing this. I know that this is a big undertaking every year, and trying to align things better to what our kids need. With that, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Farr,
Yes.
Mrs. Goebel,
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee,
Yes.
Dr. O'Shea,
Yes.
Mr. Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold.
Yes. All right, and our item H, motion to approve an articulation agreement with the University of Northwestern Ohio and Tunkhannock Area School District to award college credit for CTE automotive courses. This is exciting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Second.
Roll call. Oh, go ahead. I thought I heard discussion.
No, second.
Oh, second. All right. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Goebel,
Yes.
Mr. Greenlee,
Yes.
Dr. O'Shea,
Yes.
Mr. Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert,
Yes.
Mr. Farr,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold.
Yes. All right. Item I, a revised motion to approve an adjustment to the 25-26 school calendar. Superintendent Doherty, would you like to explain that one?
Absolutely. And my team doesn't even know this yet, so they're going to, I don't know how popular I'll be. But we had a traditional snow day on December 2nd. However, in our school district, we have many, many instructional hours, right? So the state requirement is 990 for secondary, 900 for elementary. So we do not have to make up a snow day for our students because our hours far exceed that. However, contractually, we have to make it up for our staff. So the calendar I'm asking you to approve tonight would make the President's Day in February, about a month from now, would make that a work day for our staff, like a teacher in-service day. So I'm asking to make that calendar adjustment. It is no change to the student schedule or the student calendar. It's solely for, to be compliant with the contract. I thought that this was a good opportunity for President's Day. And I'd rather do that than take one of the days around Easter where I know families travel, or tack it on at the end of the year. I just thought this would be more beneficial.
John, can you remind me, other John, do we need to vote to add this to the agenda since it wasn't on the agenda yesterday that went out? It wasn't on the 24-hour agenda.
We had it placed on the agenda first thing this morning, and we updated the agendas online.
Right, but I mean, we're supposed to have it out 24 hours in advance. So I mean, it's just a matter of procedurally, do we need to do a vote to add it to the agenda?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. All right, hearing that, do we have a motion to approve the amendment to the school calendar?
Motion to approve?
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Greenlee?
Yes.
Dr. O'Sherick?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mrs. Eckert?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes.
Mrs. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yeah.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes. All right. Last on our new business is the a procedural action of voting for the LIU unit board of directors. There are 2 ballots. Everyone should have one at their seat. One ballot is for the 3 directors to fulfill the unexpired term of their district's previously appointed and elected representative. The second ballot is for 4 directors nominated for another term of 3 years. So as you see, do we vote this together, do you know? Everyone does their own? Okay. So the ballot is there, there's 4, one of them seems familiar. Paula, do you want us to vote for you or no?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Unless somebody else would like to go once a month to the LIU.
I'm good. And then there's 3 on the second, and you vote for 3. So just if you could fill these out before you leave today and get them back to Carolyn so that she can work her magic and submit everything. All right. With that, the floor is back open for public comment on any subject. So if you have public comment for the board, we won't be going back and forth with question and answer, but if you have comment for the board, you can step up to the podium, give your name and your municipality, and you can make your public comment.
Good evening. First of all, just want to say the passing of Mr. Mulhern back in the middle of December. He was here 35 years. He retired in '09. And shout out to the FFA team. That was something I did see, fellow live streaming, I did see pictures of it down there. And when you were talking about that money with solar, how did some of these other schools that we visited get involved and take care of theirs? I don't remember right offhand, but the money, like you were talking about, that we might not get, can we find out if some of these other schools, how they got it and were able to keep going and with their electric?
I believe there was some change in the availability and the funding.
Okay, I wasn't sure, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Do you have any other public comment? Any board comment? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. See you next month.
Thank you.
Well, actually, I probably won't.